The Acorn Nuts, written by Bev Beck, illustrated by Susan DeWeese, and narrated by Jessica Meyer. Video copyright Mousegate Press, 2019. Ariana Marie woke up to rain pattering on her little acorn home in the biggest and oldest tree at the edge of the forest. She yawned and stretched to a new day. She wandered out among the wet leaves. Fort Henry, she whispered, trying not to wake up the others. Fort Henry was always up early in the morning. "What shall we do today?" asked Ariana Marie. "Let's go to the park," replied Fort Henry. "You know we're not allowed to go to the park alone," said Ariana Marie. "But you love the park," said Fort Henry. "I know, but we will have to wait for the others." Ethan looked out of his little acorn house. "Hi," he said. "Let's get Olivia, Maddie Joe, and Brianna to go to the park," said Ariana Marie. "That sounds like fun," said Ethan. The little acorn nuts all gathered at the bottom of the big oak tree. "I just love the park," said Ariana Marie. "It's my favorite place." When the little acorn nuts reached the park, they stopped and looked around. There was no one else there. "It's okay," said Fort Henry. "The coast is clear." The little acorn nuts ran to the swings, the sandbox, and a big pile of leaves. Matty Joe liked to swing and swing. Ethan liked the sandbox. There was a little toy car in the sandbox and a nice ball. Ethan and Fort Henry rolled the ball around in the sandbox. "I hear something," shouted Ariana Marie to the others. They all ran and hid together. They were all frightened. A big squirrel scampered down the pine tree behind the set of swings. He looked around. He sat very still. "Who's here?" said the squirrel. No one answered. The acorn nuts trembled. "Come out. I will not hurt you. Let's be friends. My name is Elmer." Ariana Marie was a brave little acorn. She peeked her head out of the leaves and looked straight at the squirrel. "Will you be our friend?" asked Ariana Marie. "Who is with you?" asked Elmer the squirrel. "We are the acorn nuts. We are all friends and we can be your friend too," said Ariana Marie. "Hop on my back and I will take you for a ride in the park," said Elmer. The little acorn nuts all hopped on Elmer's back and away they went, from one side of the park to the other. They never got to see the whole park before. This was a treat. Elmer stopped all of a sudden. He was very still. He heard voices. A little girl and her mother were headed for the swings. Elmer turned and ran to his home in the pine tree. "We can stay here until they're gone," he said. The Elmer squirrel and the little acorn nuts sat and waited for them to leave. Finally they were gone. Elmer poked his head out to make sure. "Now we can go back out. I'm a very busy squirrel," said Elmer. "I have to go now, but I hope to see you all again very soon." "We will all come and see you again," shouted the little acorn nuts. "You have made us very happy." "Yes," said Ariana Marie. "That was such fun." The little acorn nuts were getting very tired. "Let's sit under this maple tree and rest," said Fort Henry. They all agreed, and they soon fell asleep. Olivia was the first to wake up. "We still have time to play before it gets dark." The little acorn nuts ran and jumped in the pile of leaves. They kicked the ball back and forth, and they played on the swings. "I love to jump in the leaves," shouted Ethan. "Me too," said Fort Henry. Mattie Joe looked up and saw more of their friends coming. They ran and jumped and played. Before they knew it, the sun was starting to go down. Mama Sheila and Papa Zack came walking between the trees and into the park. "So there you are," said Papa Zack. "It's time to go home." All the little acorn friends said goodbye. They were very tired, but agreed to meet again soon. The end.